Virginia Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Knights will put Toto Redler to crank us up. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So West Virginia's offense will go to work first. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense. And
snags it down the right side. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. First down. To the air on first down. Right on the money. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29. The Mountaineers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Rides the back on the option. The give. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
And the Mountaineers will have it first and 10. The give to the left side. Into the end zone. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. The Mountaineers have it with a first and goal. West Virginia. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Makes a catch right in the middle of a danger zone. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
Got his man on the outside. Touchdown, Mountaineers. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
So the UCF Knights offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting we got these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock and they're hard workers.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Knights with a second and short to keep this drive moving. The give on the option. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
Off the play fake. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. The Knights will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Makes the catch around the 50. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Quickly complete. They bring him down, but not before he's He's able to pick up the first down. And the Mountaineers want to crank the tempo.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He caught it! And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, West Virginia!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He's out of bounds at his own 16-yard line, and he just couldn't find the corner on that return. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Wants to throw on first down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Knights will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They'll start this drive going to the air. Takes a hit as he fires. Finds his big tight end. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
West Virginia.
Looking to throw on first down. Plucks it out of the air. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Mountaineers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Takes the easy completion. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Might be changing the route. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Complete out of the backfield. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little time. Oh, he's got some space. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides slides in safely. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll run it from the gun. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the period. It's West Virginia on top. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. The give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Third down, and they need 15 after 2 negative plays. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. It's complete to the left. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He finds a dead spot in the middle. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you could throw that whistled? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs on it.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Tight end now in motion. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Touchdown, UCF! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn. And that's what we just saw in that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they're executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
Looking downfield on first down. The throw. Working that left side now. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. And the Mountaineers will hustle to the line. They'll run it from the gun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Pressure coming. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Here comes the heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Mountaineers will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. This is a game of swings and momentum, and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all three phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field to get a score.
Yeah, and just stay aggressive. To understand we've had success, we got this going the right way. Now I don't need to change anything. Go back to your go-to plays. That's now got you some momentum back in your favor.
Got his man quickly. Runs through a tackle. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds, a yard short at the 49. The Knights come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll go to the air on third and short. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Knights decide to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He'll start this drive going to the air. He'll pull it down and run. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line.
West Virginia.
Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll run the toss. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the Mountaineers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Another incompletion on third down. The Mountaineers send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wants to go up top on first down. Setting up the screen. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to...
Oh, a lot of space. Big run there. Gets it inside the 20, all the way down to the 14 before he goes out of bounds.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. Caught in the backfield. It's Graves. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the D deny them on second and goal. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. With these last two plays, they've just taken this drive and thrown it right into the fire. Can they snatch it out on third and goal? Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And this one shouldn't be too taxing, a 23-yard try. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. The lead is down to a field goal.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
And back to the air on second down. This time it's complete. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. And the Mountaineers come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He's looking to throw on third and short. Still running at the 40. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Mountaineers are in the hurry-up.
First down, West Virginia.
To the air on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field. So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Rushes on him. He's going to take off. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Here's the pressure. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, this matchup on that field there in Morgantown, sign me up for another half. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's take the old country roads on our way back to Mountaineer Field.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Knights will punt it away on 4th down. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Here's the handoff. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And the Mountaineers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. The Mountaineers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll try the run. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
A lot of times on 2nd down, you're thinking pass, especially 2nd, maybe in a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the 1st down really easily.
Quarterback making checks. Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play, their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball in the perimeter. You toss it out there, you run it back. He gets out there faster. Got a positive game. Still a couple plays here left too.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. And the Mountaineers racing to the line in the hurry-up. A design run for the quarterback. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Mountaineers!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
He gets across the goal line into the end zone for the 2, and he pushes the lead to 11. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring it out. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Rides the back and leaves it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. Right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Kept it on the ground on third down, picked up 5 yards, but it'll still be 4th and 1. The Knights line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Now on the return. He's got great speed. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. He uncorks one deep. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass. Quarterback extends the play. On the run, deep down the right side. Makes the grab on the big throw. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. First and a shot toward the end zone. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Working that left side. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They try to pop a run on the draw. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and West Virginia has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaking up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a second down play. They'll go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, the good news is you got the first down running it there on second and short, but the bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the fourth quarter, and 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the...
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Knights now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one is perfect. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Alabama is putting on an offensive clinic, the likes of which we've seldom seen, and this program has had some legendary players. They're up by 21 over New Mexico State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
And every coach in America has a plan for this situation. The first 4 minutes of the game, the last 4 minutes of the game. How I'm going to construct my offense.
Brings into the open. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. The analytics nerds say the goal was at least 4 yards on 1st and 10. The give as they work on that clock. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
At the 40, there he goes. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. The Mountaineers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Running back searching for a hole. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. They go to the ground. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Mountaineers come to the line with a new set of downs. Right back to the well. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game. The Mountaineers back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Operating in the red zone here on second down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Sends it back in motion. Snap to the back. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the first down. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Wants to throw on first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Offense threatening 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking to throw on first down. Here's a heat. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
Well, they're not able to hook up on Matt Frill, but they need to score now. This juncture of the game, this late in the game, they need a touchdown, they need an onside kick recovered, and they need to score again if they're going to win. The sense of urgency is just off the charts.
Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Snap from the gun on third down. It's picked off, and that's number 10. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to buy time. He'll try to do it himself. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they've kick-started this drive with that one. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They're dealing with a second and long. He's got him.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else to the ball.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Looking downfield on first down. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. That last play has this defense on its heels. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 21. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? He wants to change this route. Going to swing it on second down. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Touchdown Mountaineers. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Wants to go up top on first down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Quickly complete. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. To the air on first down. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, West Virginia. And the route is on. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Bringing it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. After this, it'll be a wrap. Wants to throw on first down. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.